Hello, thank you for watching. This is AirJobBoss TV. I am the AirJobBoss, and you are tuned to the interview question and answer series. And I want to inform you, if you haven't subscribed already and you find this valuable and interesting, please subscribe, because in about mid-January, where I'm going to produce the 2022 U.S. airline hiring year in review, and you don't want to miss it. All right, today's question on the interview preparation is, what would you do if you found a small inoperative system on your walk around as the FO? This is the last leg of the day, last flight for you, last day, so you can go home. There's a lot of passengers on board that are having international connections. And if you point out this small item, like maybe it's a tire that's worn out, kinda, but not really, or there's a nav light, or there's a small little leak out of the brake line or something like that, and you're going to really inconvenience a lot of people if you bring this up, what would you do? Okay, the answer is black and white, because it's written in the Federal Aviation Regulations and followed through with your company operating manual, and it simply says that crew members that find a mechanical discrepancy on an aircraft should enter it into the logbook and contact appropriate maintenance at time of point. That is the answer. You're not going to go anywhere. You're going to delay the flight. You're going to delay getting home. You're going to inconvenience passengers. You're going to cost the company money. You're going to piss off the captain, going to make the flight attendants angry at you for not getting them home on time, but you're going to point out to the captain, Captain, I have a mechanical discrepancy. There's a nav light inoperative. It needs to be put in the logbook. Okay, so say it, in a nice, orderly way, making certain that they understand that you are going to do your job, which is inform the captain. Now, almost all operating manuals at U.S. airlines require that it is the captain's responsibility to enter that in the logbook. So they might follow up with saying, well, the captain says, it's a small item, let's just go. We're going to inconvenience a lot of people on this. I'm not writing that up. That's a common follow-up. Of course, the answer again is very simple. You're going to say, well, it's my responsibility to make sure that all crew members comply with their job, and when they're not complying with regulations and causing safety, I'm to stop the operation and bring it up. So I'm going to tell the captain, look, I can't go anywhere until that's written up in the logbook. Okay? The follow-up to that is, well, the captain says, I've seen this a million times. I know what I'm talking about. That tire is not worn out. It's good to go. The follow-up to that is, well, as a first officer, I may be incorrect. I may be wrong about that. What I would do is I would ask him, could you please provide documentation where that's written, because I'm unaware. My training says at any time that I find a tire that is worn out in a manner that I think exceeds safety requirements and requires a maintenance logbook, that I'm to present it to you and you're to enter it in the logbook. Then maintenance is supposed to determine that. Maintenance has to come out and determine that. Could you please show me the documentation where we're able to determine that and what the specifications are for determining that? Then I would be happy to go. But without that, there's really nothing I can do, Captain. I'm really obligated to make sure this goes into the logbook. Okay? Pretty easy, isn't it? Don't let them continuously follow up and pressure you into a point where you're going to say, yeah, okay, I'll go. I mean, I'm going to resist it, but, if there's that much trouble, I'm going to go. It's not that big of a deal. Because the reality is that airplanes have crashed and lost everybody on board because one small light bulb has been burnt out. That was true, and this happened not just one time, but many times. So as your responsibility as a crew member, a responsibility to the passengers and to the company and to the cargo and to the airplane and even to that captain to save his life and everybody else's life by insisting that all regulations are followed at all times. So when you answer this question, just make it sound just really professional in a manner that you're not emotional about it. You're not being mean to anybody about it. It's simply a matter of fact of the business. It is our actual obligation or responsibility. Not only is it your duty, your responsibility, but it's a core process of your job. I mean, this is your job. If you aren't there to point out safety regulations or times in which you could violate safety regulations and their cure, what the heck, are you there for? Here's another, if you want to put the icing on the cake, if you will, and you want to go a little bit deeper into making your answer a little bit better than other candidates, add at the end, say something like, but in addition to my job as stopping the operation and make sure that's in the airline, I would immediately go to my documentation and see if there's an applicable MEL or CDL or any NEF type of a way in which we could defer that maintenance item with the agreement of maintenance control or the company's dispatch. I would not just tell the captain, well, I'm not going anywhere. I'd say, well, it really needs to be written up in the logbook, and I've noticed in the MEL we can actually apply this MEL if we contact maintenance control, and it'll probably only take 20-25 minutes to get this all written up and out of here. You could add in at the end that I would use all resources that I could to assist the captain in communicating with maintenance and getting that maintenance item, like calling maintenance early, getting them out to the plane. Hopefully they could repair this really quickly and we would be underway. So I'll find company frequency, or I'll find the phone number to maintenance, or I will go into the maintenance office, whatever your company policy is, and refer to your own company policy. At my company, what I do is once the captain has entered that into the maintenance, I contact maintenance on the radio and request their presence at the airplane. Yeah, or I have to contact dispatch, or while the captain has to contact dispatch, I'll get the phone number for him. I will do these things for him. I will look up the MEL for him. I will look up the maintenance discrepancy. I will look up the systems manual and verify that it is truly inoperative, whatever it takes. So number one, you're going to bring it to the captain's attention and it's ensured it's written up. Number two, if he decides not to write it up, you're going to stop the operation and insist it's done so. Number three, if he says, well, I've seen it a million times, this really isn't a valid thing, you're going to say, I need concurrence in a written document or maintenance control. And number four, I'm going to assist him once it's written up to make sure we get maintenance as quickly as possible, or if we can, apply it to an MEL or any other documentation where we can waive it. In the future, I'm going to do that. I'm going to help him, and I'm going to help everyone satisfy the maintenance requirements so we can go as early as possible and not convenience anyone. Okay? All right, that's it for this question. I am the AirJobBoss. Now, if you haven't subscribed already, you might want to subscribe. I'm going to have an interesting segment coming up after the new year, which is the 2022 U.S. airline hiring year in review, and we're going to go over all the things that have happened, all the hiring, so changes in hiring, changes in flight training, some of the benefits that are offered, some of the salary information, and also how to become a pilot, how to get a job at a U.S. airline as fast and quickly as possible, and why that might be important. All right. Thank you so much. This is AirJobBoss TV. We'll see you on the next video.